Hello all, Tech Enthusiastic here. In this video, we will solve another LeetCode problem, number 62, unique paths. So the problem definition is that a robot is located top left corner of a M by N grid. So you can take a look at the picture here. And in the M by N grid, the robot starts with the 0, 0 location and it wants to reach M minus 1, N minus 1 location. And we want to find out how many possible unique paths the robot can take to reach to the endpoint. And another thing, the robot can only move in the right and down. That means the robot can move only to the right and down. That's the only direction it can move. It cannot go from this, for example, from this cell, it cannot go left or up. So how we will solve this problem? So there are a few ways to solve this problem. We will solve in an interesting way. For each of the location, for each of the square in this board, we want to figure out actually how it can reach each of the cell. What are the different number of ways? So for example, if the start location is 0, 0 and it wants to reach to the right side 0, 1 location, only one way he can reach this point. And at the same time, actually, if it wants to reach 1, 0 location, only one way it can reach this location. So let's do some corner case. So if our given input is M is 0 and N is 0, in that case there is no way it can reach to the destination. And if there is only one cell, then it can reach to that cell only one way. So to define this 2D array or grid, how we can think about that, we will at first declare a 2D grid. Which will have m rows and n columns. Now what we want to do, let's consider the first row. What might happen? So from the first row, any cell in the first row, it can reach to the second cell in the right side, rightmost. That means 0, 1th cell. Only one way it can reach here. And for all of them in the right side, it can reach only one way, because for the second cell it can only reach after crossing the first cell, it can go to the second cell. There is only one way. So let's think about how we can do these things. So at first we will initialize. So for example, if we have let's work with an example. If m equal 3 and n equal 2, then what we are thinking that there will be 3 rows. So at first it will be 0, 0. So at the beginning we will have that 3 rows and actually 2 columns for each of them. And what we want to do, actually, we want to make it all the column values of first row as 1, and also all the row values of first column is 1. And we want to find out the value of this location. So to update all the values as 1 in the first location. So there is an easy way to do that. So we can do using the arrays fill. We want to fill this grid 0th row all with 1. And we want to also fill all the values of column. So that we need actually for loop to do that. Int I equal 1, I is less than mi plus plus. We want to fill all the values of ith row and 0th column as 1. So after these two statements, we will have all these values is like this. All the rows, all the columns in first row is 1, and all the rows in first column is 1, and also in the first row all the elements are 1. Finally, in the first location, we want to put it as 0 because that's only 0th way he can reach there. Okay. So now think about these values. So I already have all these values in the first row and first column has been filled up. Now I want to consider start working on this location. So for this location, whatever I'm selecting right now 0. So how it can reach this location? There is one way it can reach in the right side. So one way was there that it can reach to the right side. And there is also one way it can reach to the left side, downside. So to reach this 1/1 location, so the robot can actually at first from the start location go right and then down. Otherwise, other option would be actually go down then go right. So these will be the summation of left value and right value. So we want to update our all the grid values like this. I start with 1, I is less than m, and j start with 1, j is less than n, just to traverse all the elements in the grid except the first row and first column. We want to update the grid of ij which would be nothing but like adding the values of the left cell and the up cell. So if the ijth cell we are talking about, the left of this cell would be the same row, so I j minus 1, and previous one would be I minus 1 and j. Finally, what we want to do, we want to return the value of the rightmost cell, which is m minus 1 and n minus 1. Let's check if there is any error in code. Yep, looks like everything looks good. Let's go ahead and submit. Yeah, seems like it's accepted. That's all for this problem. There are a few other problems in LeetCode, unique paths 2 and 3. We will solve those problems in the later video, and we'll use this idea or actually the starting case to solve those kind of problem. Until then,